Welcome to the 11th episode of the Guru of Gainz Papalii. Today we have a bunch of heavy hitters. We have Jerry, Mr. Talk to Everybody Papalii. We have Isaiah, Iceman Papalii. And we have Kip, Clean and Jerk 140 today. Kotzikas. Our guest today is Trailblazer, strength and conditioning owner. I ran this Kip a few years ago. Was it a couple of years ago at the CrossFit football course? And
so we got kebabs.
Yeah, we got kebabs with was it Mark as well?
Yeah, Mark Gordon.
And what's the other guy from your area? Right?
Cole.
Yeah.
My cousin was good.
And then ran into you again at the Tauranga Showdown. Where you did the beginners comp?
Yeah.
You did it before? You did a beginners comp and you could do muscle ups and squat 200. What was that?
Well, they said it was a comp open to anybody who'd never competed before, and I'd never competed in CrossFit before, so I went and gave it a go.
You didn't see beginners or?
Yeah, beginners. I was beginner to competing.
Yeah. Typical form, what is it? Typical CrossFit football, I saw you blow out on the front squat workout.
The first VOD, just got too excited.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go, and all my game plans went out the window. Go.
Yeah. And you're 24 and you run a box. It's pretty young fella running a box. Tell us a bit about your journey and how you got to where you are today. Basically, that's quite a big question, but.
My whole life, or just the Trailblazer?
No, sort of where you started. I know you played rugby and stuff like that, so a bit of background, and then sort of how you got to being a CrossFit boxer.
Where do I start?
When you were like 10.
Yeah, grew up with my father, solid dad. He got married to my stepmom when I was about 10, so I lived with them, since I was 10. Yeah, it's great. Always, really supportive, but always kept me in line as well. Always kicked my ass if, I stepped out of line or I was...
A few hidings, eh?
Not so much hidings, but, talks. Scared me and a couple of smacks and, got sent in my bedroom, pulled by my hair, all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, always kept me in line and kept me...
So it was a good stepfather.
Respectful, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, no, that was my actual father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Stepfather.
Sorry. I'm really listening.
But I always kept me in line, and I think that's why I consider myself a really respectful person these days, and so I think that's why, 100% the reason why.
Yeah.
And a lot of respect for people and things, things in general, and
Yeah.
And left school at I think about 17. I had my last exam for year 12 on the Friday, started work on the Monday, and then...
Why'd you leave school?
Didn't like it. I mean, looking back on it, I missed school, I missed being there and stuff. It was great fun, but I was just... I guess, I don't know, I was just lazy, didn't do my homework properly, and, because I was... I don't know, I don't want to sound like a dick, but I always consider myself pretty smart and always managed to get by things without ever studying for them, so I always used to wing stuff. And
they didn't lift weights at school? And...
Oh, no, they had a gym there.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I've been weight training since I was about 15. Doing all the whole bodybuilding type stuff, and
How'd you get into that?
How did it start?
Did you get bullied or?
No, I wasn't that. I think I was probably because I was fat.
Right. So you wanted to get some chicks?
Yeah, basically, I was fat. Girls didn't like me, and so I wanted to get in shape, and so I started doing a little bit of weights and stuff, and I had a weight set at home in the garage and did a bit of that, and then my father went away for a business trip and then came back and he brought me back a Flex magazine.
Yeah.
Like all the bodybuilders, and the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, those guys are way too big, got all these veins and stuff, and it was disgusting, and then it's like I got to grow more of an appreciation for weight training, weightlifting and bodybuilding, all that type of stuff. Like I started to like it, and then, read all their routines and stuff and did all that, and back squats and front, I didn't do front squats because I didn't know how to do them. Yeah. Deadlifts.
Did you do half squats back then?
Yeah. Well, what I thought back was squats. Yeah, squats. So, nobody taught me. You just go to the gym, put the bar on your back, and you sit down and you stand up, and you think you're the man because you can do 150 kilos, when really you only just bend your knees and stand up. The old leg press and stuff. I remember the old leg press at my school gym.
Yeah.
I think when I was 15 or 16 or something, and then I loaded it up with all the plates around it. Like I was warming up, well not warming up, I was
Was there chicks around or what?
Nah. I mean, you feel like the man when everyone else is watching you. Like, loaded up with all the plates. I was oh my gosh, and I did like 6 or 8 reps of that, and then like asked a couple of mates if they could stand on top of it, and another like that, and everyone was talking about that for a year or two afterwards, and so that was pretty cool. But I mean, leg presses, not squats, but yeah.
Did you get on stage?
Nah, I never got in that good a shape.
No.
I was always chubby.
Yeah. But you got in somewhat shape from the...
Yeah, I got some muscle from it.
bodybuilding?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And then the bodybuilding, you played a bit of rugby as well?
Yep, played rugby for high
success?
school. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you call it success.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another reason why I left school, actually. I was a bit bitter, because year 11, I played second 15, because, I wanted to play first 15 the year later, so I played second 15. I was the starter for that team, like, pretty much every game. Considered myself one of the better players, and then year 12 rolled around, I'd been training hard and had the trials and all that, and then they put me in the second 15 again. I was like, stuff this, I'm not sticking around. You guys don't want me, then I'll leave.
It might have been just like one game or something.
Oh, I wasn't that good if I'm looking back on it, if I'm being honest, but...
You thought you were what you were at the time.
When you learn a lot more stuff and learn how hard someone can actually work, like, which is a big reason why I first got into CrossFit, why I really loved it, is because learning how hard someone can actually work and stuff. And then I look back on when I used to play rugby, I was like, I wasn't working hard at all. Could have done much better and all that. And no, that's really cool.
So you dropped out of school at 17 and then you started working. Where did you start working?
United Fisheries, my family's business. Grandfather owns it. His 4 sons all help run it to an extent. I mean, my uncle's the CEO. Father is in charge of the local market as well as production over in China, I believe. And then one of my other uncles in charge of the production within Christchurch, and another uncle's in charge of the marketing side of things. And,
big family business.
Yeah. So I started there, started at the ground. Worked my way up from the bottom. I wouldn't say I worked my way up, but I worked at the bottom.
Cleaning up and stuff?
Loading containers, working 50, 60, 70-hour weeks for years, because I didn't know any different. Like, that's just what you do. And so, I was doing that, cleaning fish bins, which sucked at first. It fucking stunk, man. So I'm allowed to swear? It stunk, man, but no, you got used to it.
Did you stink all the time as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, always, stunk coming out.
Why did it like me?
Cleaning the fish bins and stuff, and then cleaning out the offal pits on Sunday mornings when you're hungover, and that was a new experience, because nothing stinks more than that. And you're hungover, been out on the piss all night, and you go in, jump in the offal pit in the morning, because offal pit is it's all fish guts, blood, the bones, all the leftovers from after they finish filtering and processing it, just all thrown down into a big pit. It just piles up over the week, and you empty it out on the Sunday, jump in there,
Where do you
throw a big
empty it
rain
out?
jacket on.
Into the ocean.
Oh, no idea.
You're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say that. Feeding the circle of life.
So empty that out, put a rain jacket on, you water blast it every Sunday morning, and that took like 3 hours, and you get fish guts and juices all in your eyes and stuff.
It can't help but spray up a bit or something like that.
Yeah, but did that for 3 years, I think.
So you were 20 when you...
About 2-3 years, and then got into the fish market side of things. Sorry, not fish market, how would you explain it? Yeah, fish market, I guess you call it. The local market, anyway. Unloading the fish and stuff. Like, I'd always been doing that as the morning job, and then I got into actually doing the auction. I was working on the floor, like, calling out the weights of the fish and stuff, and writing the names and numbers on the bins, like, when we auction it off, when we sell it. So, we start at 6 o'clock in the morning latest. So from the start, the boats go out, they catch the fish, they bring it back in, they bin it all up, they separate the species in the different bins. So, a bin will be red cod, or all Cherokee, or all blue cod, or groper, gurnard, all the other different things. And they'll come in, have about 7 different boats come in at any different time during the week. Trucks will go out, they'll get the bins. Each truck will have between 200 to 500 bins on, and we'll unload anywhere from 1 to 5 trucks a morning. And then, so when we unload them, unload the stacks, put them down bin by bin, write the weights on the bins, all the stuff that's staying for the local market, we'll keep that in there, all the stuff that we need for production, we'll put that into the factory and take that all over, like the barracuda, skate, if there's lots of flounders, we'll take them over, maybe some gurnard, red cod, all that kind of stuff. And then, after that, hopefully try and start the market at 7:30.
Yeah.
And then, I started out, I was on the auction floor, calling out the numbers, writing the names on the bins and stuff for the auctioneer, and then did that for a couple of years, and then the auctioneer retired, he left, and then so I started doing the auctioning, that was quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, just learned to talk really fast and...
Yeah, I noticed. Oh, hell no. You one of those guys who go, we got fish over here, fish.
Oh, maybe a little bit faster, but something like that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Did you guys see fishes go extinct and stuff over time?
No. Not in New Zealand. New Zealand, we've got a quota system, which I don't know if it actually works at all or not.
Yeah.
But basically, the idea behind it is, when a species is dwindling, they'll reduce the quota or how much we're allowed to catch, or if it's doing
Do they
right, then they'll
actually
increase it.
follow that? Do they?
Oh yeah, because if you get caught out, you're massive fine.
Yeah. Have you seen Gyro Dreams of Sushi?
No.
Documentary? You should check it out. It's about some guys this guy runs a sushi shop, and every day they go there in the morning and they select their fish to make their sushi, and it has to be the best and stuff, and they can tell by the texture of the fish how it's being treated and if it's being bruised and whatever.
Yeah, no,
it's quite interesting.
Especially with the tuna, probably.
Yeah.
Tuna.
With tuna and a couple of other fish and stuff like that. But yeah, it might be interesting for you to watch. It's pretty good. It's the best sushi place in Japan or something like that, I think. Should be a Subway.
Really good then.
Yeah,
because they're really picky over there.
Yeah, he only does one serving a day because he looks after the people.
Yeah.
And he gets them massage squid for half an hour, and everything has to be the best. It's quite an interesting documentary. Gyro Dreams of Sushi, so check it out. So we've done that for a few years, and then what happens from there?
So I was always a gym junkie.
Yeah.
When I get diabetes, I think I got diabetes when I went away to Fiji, actually, when I was 19. So I think I was about 102 kilos. I lost about 30 kilos over the course of a year. Or 6 months or a year, probably about a year.
Something like that, yeah. What did you do to lose weight?
Well, I started just going to the gym more regularly, doing, weights and stuff, and then I was like, I'm kind of sick of being big, want to lose weight, and then just started eating less, started working more, started eating less.
So that thing of eating less works and training hard?
Well,
when trying to lose weight, it actually works?
At least I thought it did, because then about 6 months later or 12 months later, I got diagnosed with diabetes. Okay, so maybe it wasn't all my hard work that actually did it. So got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 19. Which... does shit for anyone who knows what it is, but I mean, it's not.
How does it affect you? I don't
diabetes, it's blood sugar control. So whenever you eat carbohydrates, whenever you exercise, or whenever you sleep, your blood sugar elevates, and your body, your pancreas, the beta cells in your pancreas release insulin to counteract that and bring your blood sugars back into level. Because if they're always elevated, your body releases glycated. I can't remember what the word is. But basically, it ages a lot quicker. The nerves start to die down and stuff. People start losing feeling in their fingers and their toes. That's when they get the toes cut off and stuff. Start going blind, all that kind of stuff. And so you need to make sure you keep it in check.
You got your needle there, eh?
Yeah.
You try to pop it up, or not really?
Yeah.
So you have to shoot this up a couple of times a day. So for those, that's his secret to his squat. He says it's for his diabetes, but...
especially at weightlifting nationals. What the hell's that going on? I'm just taking my steroids.
Can you put it in for me? True, so you got diabetes, and then you sort of learn how to manage that.
And so after I got diagnosed, because I was skinny as shit, I was 70 kilos, I think, probably by the end of it or something.
So 70 is skinny for people? Yeah.
Oh, for me, because I'd always been a big guy. I was a bit too skinny, gaunt in the face, just frail bones, muscles. It didn't look very good. I looked horrible, actually. Then got back into lifting weights, trying to get a little bit bigger again, which was cool. And then I just wanted to get better for, just life in general. And I always had the idea in my head that if there was a zombie apocalypse the next day, I wanted to be ready for it, be strong and be fit. So I started doing strength one day, and then I go the next day and do a spin class or something for conditioning.
Did you get that from Rippertoe when the aliens come or whatever? Stronger people harder to kill sort of thing?
Nah, found him later though, which I love his stuff. This is great.
Oh, you just
Yeah, that's just like what I want to, like if shit
You watch too many movies, eh?
Yeah. The shit at the fan next day, I wanted to be ready. So yeah, I started
Fight the zombies and stuff.
I love zombie movies. I love all that stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Started doing all that kind of training and stuff, and then found CrossFit. My mate Tom Hay.
Yeah.
He's Rebecca from Taurus.
Yeah. I
That's
know
his
Tom.
partner.
Yeah. Tommy. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to CrossFit Regionals in 2008 in Australasia. And I was like, what the hell is this? Maybe 2009. Turn that on silent.
Tom went to regionals back then?
Yeah.
Oh, good man.
I think it was 2008.
Yeah.
Could be on, I don't know. Anyway, went to regionals.
Texas partner.
Went to regionals and posted on Facebook, Australasian regionals, CrossFit Australasian regionals, and I was like, oh, what the hell's this? Went through it, looked at it, I was like, shit, these guys look pretty buff and stuff, and Googled CrossFit, found out what it was about. I was like, oh, that's exactly what I'm trying to train for.
Yeah.
So found a local CrossFit box. CrossFit Canterbury just opened up. Called them up, went down for a trial, had my ass handed to me, loved it,
Yeah.
and just kept on going. Really.
What was your workout?
I think the initial one, don't even remember. I remember it had like overhead lunges with a wooden stick and maybe a little bit of running and some push-ups and maybe some sit-ups. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah.
You skipped some reps and stuff.
Yeah.
Half push-ups.
Oh no, not back then. I was always good with the push-ups. Don't know about the lunges though, but
Yeah. True. So you got into CrossFit then, and then hit that for a little while.
yeah, did that for I think about 6 to 8 months, and then my cousin Cole, who you met at CrossFit Football, managed to get him into it. He started coming along, he was doing well as well. I mean, back then, I don't want to sound like a dick, but back then, like I was crushing everyone and everything. Looking back on it, like the pool of athletes was minuscule relative to what it is today. So it's not going to be that hard.
Yeah, back then.
Relative to what it is now, like it's so much harder now with the amount of skill and the amount of people there are out there now. Just the level of the people there are out there now, especially anyway. But like I was just a big fish in a small pond. And then my cousin came along, he was training for a while, and then just started lifting bigger than me, which is fair enough. The guy used to be like a ex-professional rugby player and big boy, extremely powerful. I mean, like he was 130 kilos, 120 kilos, he could still dunk a basketball.
Yeah,
so it was ridiculous explosive. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, mad hops.
I can't see it.
Mad hops.
Not like now, I can't see it, yeah.
Mad hops, really strong.
Yeah.
And then, like, I know that now. I don't know how ridiculously strong he was back then. Like, he was beating me in the strength stuff. Like, stuff this, I want to be stronger again. So, went and found a weightlifting coach, trained with him for a couple of months, and then got my strength up. Yeah. Went back, did a little bit more, CrossFit and stuff.
So did you stop CrossFitting and just hit weightlifting?
No, I did, went to CrossFit once or twice a week, went to weightlifting 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
And then, went back to CrossFit when I was feeling good and stuff, and then, just by that stage, like, you got even better, just completely obliterated my numbers. Oh my gosh, what's going on? And then, just kind of started training by myself out of my garage following CrossFit Football. Yeah. Because but before that, like I'd done a whole heap of conditioning. The programming had changed, and like I'm sure I was probably more conditioned than I ever have been. But like my strength numbers have gone back a lot. Like I think I was 19, and I had a 160 back squat. I had a 170 deadlift for a triple or something, or 180 or something, and I was all happy with that. And then we hadn't done those in ages. And then we happened to do them again one day, and then my deadlift, like I struggled to get 140. I put my back out on that. I was struggling with back squats at like 120, 130. I was like, stuff this. Like I want to go, and try to find something better. So
too much metcons and stuff.
Yeah, just different programming.
Crap out of yourself.
Yeah. So like it was good fun. I got in shape, which was great. I had abs for the first time in my life. Like really had abs. Yeah. Which is always cool when if you're a fat kid growing up and you've got abs now and like you've got the serratus on the side.
Did you start taking off your shirt a lot and stuff?
Oh, every day. It was like 3, 2, 1, go, bang, off the comes.
Would have been sweaty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If I could be a 400 meter run, I'd still be doing the topless head a bit. But found CrossFit Football. Started training by myself out of my garage, and just got my strength up a lot again, which was cool.
So you stuck to CrossFit Football to a T, pretty much?
Yeah, did it religiously 5 days a week. 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then on the Saturday they always had longer WODs down at CrossFit Canterbury, so I go down for those WODs. Yeah. Because I'm still a member there for the time being, at least anyway. Yeah. Go down there for those WODs, and like after like a month or two, like Nero, who was
Yeah, I didn't know, yeah.
a coach there. I think he's the head coach now at CrossFit New Zealand.
Yeah, he's coaching.
And like you just mentioned, like, man, bro, your back looks so big. And I think I'm like, wow, what is it? Because I didn't even realize I put on weight. Like he's like saying I was looking really solid, a lot more muscular. I was like, cool. Didn't even notice. All I noticed, like, I wasn't shredded anymore because following the CrossFit football diet, which is basically just paleo plus dairy.
Yeah.
But I was following all that, eating lots more food, feeling good. I mean, I wasn't as conditioned as I was, but my Metcon numbers were getting better because I was so much stronger, so everything was so much less of an effort.
Yeah.
It's like I had probably like 100 kilo front squat, 110 front squat, and then I came back, had like a 130 front squat, and like thrusters are just cake.
Yeah.
Strict pull-ups, had maybe 5 or 4, and then I came back. Well, when I was doing like the Saturday classes and the CrossFit football, I had maybe 13 or something, and kipping pull-ups were just cake, and just being stronger just made everything a lot easier.
Yeah. But guys sort of seem to be like obsessed with like strength. Where do you reckon that comes from? Is that just?
I think it's a lot. It's tied a lot to well, especially with the upbringing as well. But it's tied a lot to masculinity. Like you'll see like the guys that are publicized. I don't know what the word is. But anyway, the guys like in the media and stuff, not the actors and all that, but the ones like they make a big fuss about, like Arnold and all that. When you're growing up, like they're all big. They've got these big muscles and stuff, and they say they're strong. So like this is a guy everyone admires. He's a man. He's strong. He's got big muscles. So obviously a man. He's strong and have big muscles to be a man. So
yeah, it's sort of in there like in some circles, and then like the beards come back.
When the beards leave?
Probably like the last 2 years it's come back. Who brought the beard back? I don't even know how it came back or who. Who was it? Someone was saying it was Leonidas.
Yeah.
Leonidas.
300.
300. Do you reckon that's true?
I don't know.
He sparked it up. I don't know. I was always pondering who brought it back.
I got it from CrossFit Football. Like sorry. I'm going to get to the point, but from CrossFit Football, like their base strength program is based off a program called Starting Strength by Mark Repito.
Yeah.
Mark Repito was working with a guy called Jocelyn Laschek who owns 70s Big, 70sbig.com. I don't know if you've ever seen that. No. It's basically just it's just about being manly, wearing flannel, being strong, and having beards. And like I got the beard and wearing flannel shirts.
All right.
I was like, okay, cool, let's do that.
Yeah.
So I like beards and wearing flannel since then, and
Yeah. It makes sense, eh?
Yeah. Just being a brute and being, like a lumberjack or a Viking.
Yeah.
I love Vikings.
And then so kicking onto that, you'll to your affiliate.
Yeah. So I started training by myself out of my garage, and a couple of friends asked if they could join me, and so I trained them, and then they brought along a couple more friends, and they brought more friends, and got more and more equipment to the point where one, we couldn't all fit in my garage anymore, and two, we couldn't fit any more equipment in my garage anymore.
Yeah.
So I moved to a new space over in Sockburn, which was easily 10 times the size of what my garage was.
Yeah.
I mean, when we first moved in there, I was like, holy crap, this place is massive. How the hell am I going to fill this place out with all the equipment and stuff? And funnily enough, now, 2 years later, I'm looking for another space, and because we're all packed with too much equipment and too many people, and so it's cool.
Oh, nice.
Like I never really intended to have a CrossFit affiliate, never really intended to have a business out of it. Like I always wanted one. Well, I didn't always want one. I wanted one. It would have been cool to have, but it's not really something I intend for it to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
sort of fell into it. Just messed around with the CrossFit football and training your mates and stuff.
Yeah, and then
So it's been a good change from cleaning out the fish bins and stuff like that.
I'll still do that on the odd occasion.
When you gotta do what you gotta do. Sort of thing. Yeah.
Because I still work for family, and being from the Greek culture, if your uncle tells you to do something, grandfather tells you to do something, no questions asked. You have to go and do it.
Yeah. So you still work a couple of days here and there.
Yeah, I still work there Monday to Friday mornings, starting on the auction, starting 6 a.m. latest, sometimes 5:30, sometimes 5.
Yeah.
And then I'm working through to whenever the auction finishes, which could be 9 a.m., could be 12 p.m.
Yeah. I think you're the only guy I've known who's stuck to the CrossFit football diet and programming. Like what success? I know you talked about it briefly with yourself, but you programmed it into your box as well.
I took the novice amateur template and adjusted it a little bit, and got some great gains for some of our guys out of that as well. And
Yeah. I find it was like, because we did the course, it really makes sense and it's awesome, but like all the workouts are short and like people would just want to like walk out of the box like.
Feeling beat up.
Yeah. And it's not really like
feeling
sexy to
sore.
do like 8-minute workouts. And like, oh, this is not enough for me and stuff like that.
It's not enough work.
It's not enough work when. Did you have like problems with that, like doing shorter workouts for your members and stuff like that?
No, because I'd always done that with my members. Like I'd always tried to program between 8 to 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff around there, heavy, intense.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily heavy, but intense.
Yeah.
Because the longer you start to go, the less intensity there is, and
Yeah. We just do like a bit of longer warm ups and stuff like that, and
I guess more just strength training.
more strength training.
Yeah, like we'll do a warm up, we'll do 1 or 2 strength lifts, we'll knock out a quick 8 to 10 minute couplet or triplet, and then we'll do some stretching, which I miss. Like we don't do that much anymore with our programming, which is a shame, but because we've got so much damn stuff to try and fit in.
Yeah.
But, like we do a lot of strength training stuff, and because I mean back then I had I don't know, maybe 16, 17 members, and like I don't know, 5, 6, 7 of them were 40 to 50, maybe a little bit older.
Yeah.
Like they had a lot of real massive mobility restrictions. And it's really cool, just like seeing their shoulders get better, hips, knees. Seeing them able to touch their back again with their hand, and it's cool to have strength numbers. It's cool to lose weight, which is great, especially if you're morbidly obese.
Yeah.
But it's also really cool to see people actually be able to move like a human being again.
Yeah.
That's something that's really cool.
And I know you got a lot of success from the way of eating, so paleo plus dairy, pretty much. Did you sort of push that onto your members as well? Or?
Earlier on, absolutely. Yeah, I always recommended it for all of them. Really heavily tried to. I guess I was a bit of a paleo zealot back then. Paleo plus milk.
Yeah.
I think like a lot of them took up the milk thing. Not a lot of them took up the paleo thing, but that was cool though, because even with like just drinking a lot more milk, like a lot of them got a lot stronger. They got jacked, man. They got So like
Did you find some raw milk stuff, or you just drank the normal?
We got unhomogenized milk. So we got what's it called? Farmhouse. From Meadow Fresh, I think. It's a silver top with a purple label.
Yeah,
you open it up, it's got some massive chunk of cream at the top.
Yeah,
great.
That's the best. That's the best you could sort of get.
It's like Can't really. I haven't been able to find much raw milk, but whenever I can get my hands on it, down the stuff.
It's hard to get. It's hard to get hold of that raw milk.
Because it's all illegal.
Yeah. They want to burn our milk down, like all the good stuff, and then leave us.
Yeah.
For the gut irritation and the farts that you get from it.
And you have to go to the doctor.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man. Yeah, thanks for the background and that. We got Zaya over here. He's just come back from New Caledonia from the weightlifting Osh championship.
Yeah.
And you got gold in the 94
plus youth category,
and then 105 plus
junior. 105 junior category.
Yeah. So pretty cool. Tell us a little bit about that. I know you went over with your best mate lifting as well, and he got a bronze.
Yeah.
On Monty. How was that experience going over there and representing New Zealand there?
Yeah. The experience was like real good. It was just the life way. Just train, eat, sleep.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do. All you had to worry about.
Yeah.
So,
did it get boring or?
Yeah, definitely got boring for me.
Yeah.
Only trained for an hour, and then the rest of the day you'll be relaxing and just sleeping in bed the whole day. But it was all for the better of the comp, and like better to rest than waste all your energy on fluffing around. So
so they encourage you to not do much, eh?
Yeah.
Just chill out and
usually just revolve around training and like stretching maybe once or twice a day.
Yeah. And I know you're playing rugby and stuff like that. How was because it's pretty much a moment right on the platform and that. How's the pressure and all that? Was it pressure or not really? Or
first lifts is the main pressure for me.
Yeah.
Like going into a comp, first international comp for me. So it was a big stage to compete on, but when I went on, the adrenaline rush really kicks in. So you really feel it, and it feels good actually. Like you're actually really happy with yourself when you're competing on the platform, especially for your country.
Yeah. I noticed you guys like look pretty comfortable in your tights, and then the next day you come back and you're lifting with tights and no shirt. But the thing is, it's cold over here. You and Monty come back, you just sort of get used to it, and
Nah, it just makes you feel like a weightlifter, and kind of feels like it increases your numbers in a way.
you get better numbers.
You feel like
lifting in tights.
Yeah.
I want next year's one to see.
Yeah.
The back ones. So will you be going back next year? And
Yeah, hoping to, yeah.
Yeah.
Be keen for it.
Yeah.
Especially after this year is like
yeah,
real good fun and good way to
yeah.
good weightlifting, yeah.
So you got a bit of a girlfriend now from the first episode. How's that affected your performance like on the field and in the weight room and stuff?
It can affect it good and bad sometimes, but usually I try to block it out. But it's quite hard. It's quite hard.
It's an emotional It's an emotional roller coaster.
But usually try to find the positive out of it and use it as motivation while I'm lifting or playing.
Yeah.
It can be hard. Nah.
Wear your special necklace.
It's just the writing on the wrist.
So times are good. So footy's going well, and I remember from the first interview, you guys play first 15. You started some games.
Yeah. Goals are going good.
Yeah.
Been hitting them pretty good lately. So,
well.
so just got to keep resetting new goals,
Yeah.
keep reaching them, and keep moving forward.
Yeah. And Jerry, been training some new girls at the box. They're quite young in some teams with lifting and that. And the questions come up again because it hasn't come up for a while about young people lifting and that. It's not safe and stuff. How is it for you to see your son? I know he started when he was 12 because I trained him. How is it? For you to let your son start, and how did you get over it and see that it was alright, sort of thing?
Well, from the get-go, when we got introduced to this whole CrossFit thing, it was sort of what CrossFit's about, going into the world of the unknown. So when we first went in there, we were doing push-ups, sit-ups and stuff, and as a parent, I was fine with that. But then when I started seeing the bar getting involved and started seeing the movements that he was doing with the bar and the little bit of weight that started going on the bar, it sort of made me question that as a parent, because when I was growing up, I wasn't allowed to touch any of that stuff till I was 16, 17. And so seeing Isaiah touching it at the age of 12, like a normal parent, you'd question it, and like I did at that time, me and Rena, approached you and we questioned it, and we said we can see the benefits and him going through this, but we were like in the unknown, so we obviously questioned this whole lifting as a teenager.
Yeah.
Why is he allowed? Why is Isaiah allowed to be doing this? Is it going to stump his growth? Is his bones going to be more shorter and all that stuff that you hear from the outside? And then you end up emailing HQ headquarters, Kids CrossFit over in the US, and then they emailed you back and showed us, gave you the ins and outs of teenagers lifting, and as soon as they replied, headquarters replied and gave you a letter and showed the benefits and showed that what it can do to a teenager.
Yeah.
It sort of gave me the green light, and gave Rena the green light to carry on this journey. Yeah. And another thing was that always made me think was, over in the US, you see these young athletes come through, and they're really beasts when they're 14, 15, and you think to yourself, I'm sure they're lifting weights over there. Why can't we do it on this side of the world?
Yeah.
And then we had another cousin go over and do a couple of years over there, and he come over and he told us that over in the US they introduced lifting really young, as long as the teenagers supervised and doesn't overlift what they can do, then they're fine, as long as they're looked after by programming and stuff like that, which really gave me the green light to carry on. And
It's gonna go anyway. Secretly.
Yeah, so and for me, I mean, I sort of like kept growing up and trying to be the best athlete as I could be, and I always fell short. And then when we had Isaiah, when Isaiah was brought into the world, I was one of the happiest fathers to have a son.
Yeah.
And I wanted to try to bring him up and get him up, and let him achieve things that I wasn't able to achieve, and strengthening that core and building some strength in them. I knew that the benefits were really, really good.
Yeah, yeah. You just sort of help overall. And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's that? Serena's doing some hand signals over there. Yeah, I just to go into a little bit more what Jerry's saying, because I was training Zay, and I sort of believed in Will, our cousin, because he trained in American football. It's a couple of colleges, was it Arizona, Western junior college and that, and they were lifting and that. And so I've always believed that it was alright. And then people were questioning me for training you. Well, was it anyone else, or was it mainly just you, eh?
No, just me as a kid.
And then so I emailed Jeff Martin from CrossFit Kids, and he sent me a bunch of resources. A bunch of articles, links, and evidence that it was alright as long as it was supervised and they progress up the right way and stuff like that. So I haven't found any problems. If anything, like I'm not just trying to talk it up because I think it's alright, but I think it's made him grow more, just because of that testosterone sort of thing.
Growth hormone.
Yeah, growth hormone, and I think it just makes them more suited. And if anything, like I haven't seen any kids get injured in weightlifting, and then kids get injured every week playing league and rugby, basketball, netball, ankles, knees. I think I've only seen one injury in weightlifting that I've seen, and that's about it. So I don't know. That's just my opinion, and it's good to hear from Jerry, from a real father.
Another thing was, another big thing was, me and Rena aren't the tallest human beings out there.
Yeah.
And we didn't want Isaiah, that growth again.
Yeah.
Stop at our height.
Yeah.
That me and Rena, because big athletes that are out there, are big, strong, and
It's
tall.
an advantage. Yeah.
And but then over the 4 years of him lifting, or 3 years of him lifting, he's surpassed our height, and he's like almost 2 times his mom's height. So that theory of the height growth has sort of gone out the window too.
Yeah. Starts the growth.
Yeah.
I enjoy that argument. Like when I was lifting weights, like the argument was always, the top weightlifters, top gymnasts, they're all really short, and that's because they do this high intensity training, this weightlifting, this weight training when they're younger, and that's by the same measure, if someone was to play basketball, would they then become 6'9" just because they're playing basketball?
Yeah. It's just the one that's excel at it is small because.
Yeah.
The ones that excel at it.
But it doesn't make them small. It's just
And then if you're like tall, you're probably not going to be that good, so you're not going to stick at it for your whole life. You're going to get your ass kicked then, and you're not going to.
Instead of living in obscurity and working to earn a gold medal at the Olympics, you get paid $1 million to chase down a football and a kick.
Damn. And it's like 13, 14 weeks out of the year, compete. I know you've got some young athletes. Have you ran into many problems with that as well? Or?
No,
No,
they're all fine. I mean, I've got Ruben, who started when he was 14. I think he's 15 now. He's doing really well recently, especially. I think he's squatted 130, clean and jerking about 90 kilos, snatching about 75, 80.
Yeah.
I've got another girl, Gemma. She's right into it. Like I got Lauren Fisher passed up on the wall and stuff.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And had a couple of others, and
So no problems at all.
Nah.
Yeah.
Gemma's a tall girl. Ruben's filling out, and her growth hasn't been stunted at all.
Yeah, I get a little bit of stuff from here and there, but I just think about those farmer kids, they work and move hay and that all day, and compare that to a kid who lifts for 40 minutes in a day, a couple of times a week. I don't think it's that much big of a deal. Compared to kids that actually work.
Farm strong.
You know what I mean? But they're actually lifting stuff.
Yeah.
But just because it's not a barbell, it's okay.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But it's okay to work, lift boxes and stuff like that all day. But you're not allowed to lift
Weights in the gym.
for 30, 40 minutes and something like that. I don't know. I just think of it that way. And I don't know. Well, that's good to hear from your point of view and different. Yeah. How have you found it sort of
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always like
Yeah.
lifting weights.
Yeah.
Comparing numbers of who, like 20-year-olds and that. Kind of boost the ego a bit.
Yeah.
Well, another thing is, like with Isaiah playing sports,
Yeah.
you could see the difference in the core strength
Yeah.
that he's created from kids who just go in everyday life and maybe do a bit of benching and do a bit of dumbbell curls.
Yeah.
And then when they're out on the paddock, they when they get body contact, they seem to lie down or stay down for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
They haven't got the strong core.
Yeah.
Where I see Isaiah manage to get around the paddock and
Yeah.
it's throwing left, right, and centre, but still able to get up and carry on.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. And just a little bit on your background. How old are you, Jerry?
38, going on to 39.
Yeah, yeah. And
CrossFitting, it's my fourth year. CrossFitting.
fourth year.
Yeah.
Good shape, close to 40.
Yeah. So
So no excuses for those. How many times a week do you train and stuff like that?
I'm trying to find a program for myself. Well, maybe the first 2 years I was boarding six days a week until I got a bit of advice that I needed to calm down and find some rest time because I was getting pretty ugly out in the box warding. Still trying to push it through. So yeah, now I'm probably trying to do three to 2 times a week, and
Bit of swimming too, is it?
oh yeah, I'm loving. It's another really thing I love about CrossFit is growing up. I've always just been a leaguey, a tag player, and maybe a touch player. But being introduced to CrossFit, I can do a lot of things that I'm not scared to be able to do things that I wasn't able to when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So you know, when I was growing up, going to swim, I just was a good bomber and just laid on the side of the pool and looked good.
Look cool on the side.
Looked cool on the side. Never took swimming up, and then I done my knee and through league and did a bit of rehab in the pool and just got did some strengthening and did a bit of swimming, did a couple of laps and now I've gotten addicted to swimming and swimming like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
So,
One of the few islanders in Auckland that can actually swim.
yeah. So.
Oh, nice. And so we sort of start wrapping it up. You guys, I got this cool shirt from Trailblazers from Joe when she was visiting your box. Tell us a little bit about the name Trailblazer and why you came up with it and what it means in that a little bit. Does it mean much or not really?
I also was like the idea of like modern day Viking. Like on the back it says we create modern day Vikings. On the side it's got a Viking as well. And the name Trailblazer bus comes about as back in the day, like Vikings, they'd go out, they'd raid villages, they'd take what they want, kill anyone they wanted to, rape, pillage, just do whatever they wanted basically, and no one would tell them otherwise, and they'd just leave a wake of fire in their path, so basically just blazing trails. And I was like, you know, you go somewhere, you've never been there before, like, you know, you ask a kid to jump in the class or something, you do it, you know, you destroy it, like, where the fuck did this guy come from? Just leave a wake of fire in your passes, blazing trails, Trailblazers.
Nice. So you just got it from back in the days and boom, that's the name.
Yeah.
I like it. I remember you told me before, but it'd be cool to get it on the camera. Right?
So that's what we can say. We can't really say because it's under a box. But we go to comps. Trailblazers are here.
All right, guys. I think that's about us. Is there any thing else to bring up or add? Any sponsors? Not anymore.
Not anymore.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a full day of gymnastics for Kip. These guys had rugby and stuff. So thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. That is us. We're tapping out. Peace.